Hello. Are we live right now? I don't know if they sent out the notification. Let me turn this down, this fan down right there. I kind of want that on, to be honest. Yeah. Get a glass of water. Ah, how's everybody doing? Nobody here yet. Wow. YouTube, man. I almost want to do it where um I go ahead and click the live button and then just wait like a minute or two or whatever. Because if I get right into it, then people will not hear the first part of it. But also I'm losing like my thoughts. You know what I mean? Like by waiting, I'm losing like the the thoughts I wanted to say, you know what I mean? So I wonder if there's a better way to plan it, because of the notification system. Maybe to like click live and then wait like 2 minutes or whatever. Do you think people would do that? What's going on, Red? How you doing? I haven't seen you, but welcome. I may have seen you in the comment section. Not sure, but welcome. I'm glad you're here. And yeah, the live ones are better, I think, just because we're all kind of a community. And even if you don't catch the live ones all the time, just to catch them once in a while to see everybody else, it's worth it to do that. Um, Even if you don't see everybody every day. Because I know people that come like, once a week or every 2 or 3 days or whatever, and that's enough for them. Yeah, it's a tight little group. Don't worry so much about the notifications, Steven. Just start your show. Yeah, and that's it. Like if I click it and then wait 2 minutes and then start, like then I'll like, because what happens is I'll have these thoughts that I want to say, and then I'll click on, and then I'll have to kind of small talk it a little bit, which I'm not good at. I have no plan for that. And you would think that after doing this for a while that I would plan for that kind of thing. But usually, like back in the day, at first we've recorded our show, but then when we started going live, there would always be somebody there right away. Then we just start. Thank you very much, Red. I appreciate it. Yeah. Um, yeah, that's one thing I've never I never really knew what those like what the likes, like I don't know what they do, or because I can't imagine that they would promote this content. And but I like the fact anything positive, right, is good, right? Um I even had like a nurse from back in the day, right? It's weird, man. Like I'll make connections with people and I'll end up being friends with these people for like 10 years, right? Just some nurse that was like my nurse a long time ago and we still text. And she told me that she was like I don't know if she's Christian or not. We've never talked on that level, but she was like uh working on just saying positive words, like increase and I don't know, blessing and all that kind of stuff, right? Um Fortunate, using words that are just positive words are supposed to be good for you. I don't know. And it does say in the Bible, right, to like be careful what you say, right? Especially in the book of James. It tells you that we're responsible for our tongue, right? And you could really do a lot of damage, with it. And I wish we were taught the truth from the beginning, because I would really love to know like many generations of the truth in a row, like knowing about God and knowing about the deeper things of the Bible, right? And like maybe like you learn in a family line or something like that, and your family is maybe has a different doctrine than another family or something like that, minor differences that you guys can discuss, but mostly just like consistent teaching, right? About what does God want from us? And that's what we're here for, not here to be put under pressure and put on the clock all the time and you got to be here at 5, here at 2, you got to have this money. You know, always something, right? Uh you're not successful enough, you don't have enough achievements, you don't have enough I don't look good enough. I want to go on a date, I want to get a new car, I got all these payments. You know, it's just what a different life it would have been, right? It would have been a totally different, right? Different leaders, everything, but like you would almost look at it, Red Skies, that um like it would be more like family, right? Like your great granddaddy passes it on to your granddaddy, and we would be more autonomous probably because there wouldn't be like corporations where like they make shirts. You know what I mean? Like we would just be families that somebody can sew, somebody could fish, somebody could, farm, that kind of thing, right? You're not gonna address it. Why not? Why not? Should we be a welcoming group? Yeah, yeah, I think so. How you doing today, Clutch? Welcome. Yes, a welcoming group, yes. So yes, there are different levels though to it, right? Like Clutch, it's nuanced in the sense that we all have our own experience with people and they hurt us in different ways, right? And so while some of us can be very forgiving, right, about things, some people are affected and hurt by things, right? So I would say yes, Clutch. The overall, let me see, the top one. I'm sorry, Clutch. You didn't like that. Um, I was thinking when Joel came in chat, people did say, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, look, for me, I know what the mission is, right? The mission is the new sheep, right? Or the sheep on the edge, right? So he is my mission. He is important to me, right? But there could be people here that are hurt by that, right? Hurt by you trust somebody and then you don't know what happened. Maybe even out of fear, um, you say things like that. And so while I'm not excusing it, right? I'm just saying I could see how it could be that way, right? You don't know a guy that long and then they flip on you. It's kind of kind of weird, you know? And I haven't known him that long, but if he'll be clear to me about things, right? I'll give him every single minute of my day if it'll help him. And but that's me, you know. Um, but the last time I talked to him, he wasn't very clear as to what was going on with him. So, he's got to meet me halfway. I got to know what's going on before I can help him. But I told him there was a lot that I would even do, which up to and including going out there, you know? Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I get it, Clutch. I mean, but like I said, I mean, some people are spiritually more mature, some people are spiritually less mature, some people have been hurt, some people haven't, some people it's nuanced, right? Not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying to be understanding of that other side, you know? Yeah, for me it's my job to help him. That's my calling. That's it. So every time I pray to God, it's always the last sheep, the last few sheep, right? More so than the ones that are even in the group. I know. I know. Clutch, I mean, some people are here for help to, for their own help that they need for themselves, you know? Yeah, that was pretty. Yeah, so look at Cold Springs. Read that, Clutch. I mean, that's her only experience with that, is that he came in saying stuff like that. Now, if you didn't know him before and then he said all this stuff, which to be honest, I mean, you know, he was an okay guy, but he wasn't like the superest nicest guy ever, right? Even before that, right? So, I liked him, I thought he was a good person, but he wasn't super friendly either, like someone like Mike Peanut or something like that, how he's like super friendly. Like, you leave a different impact when you're super friendly, right? I don't know, but I do get what you're saying, Clutch. I do think the way you think, right? I just try to be understanding of where everyone else is, right? There's so many variables going on. And but yeah, you're right, man. It's such a rough one, man, because we've been so degraded and so overstimulated and so lied to and messed with, that how do we even know? I mean, the whole idea, right, go from there, sure. But like the only way to even know, I can't even believe that we even know how to act at this point, right? Like, how did we pop out of this thing and end up here with no one really to teach us how to be? How did we pop out from all the bull crap and still know how to treat each other with some kind of moral integrity instead of just going crazy and saying, you know what, it's a free for all, everything's messed up? I mean, what keeps us in line, right? If it wasn't for God, where would we be, right? So I look at it like that, right? If uh, if I never knew a person and then they came in saying something like that, I would be wanting them to prove something to me, that they could act right. I don't know, man. I mean, what do I know, man? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a dude in this whole mess, Hey, what's up, homeless in America? Welcome, man. Hey, Dee Dee, how are you doing? God bless you. Uh, we're just we just need to get on that narrow path, is what it is, and focus on our salvation with fear and trembling, right? And if we're focused on our salvation, right, then we should be able to show others, right, by our own actions, right, how to be, I mean, it depends on the situation, Clutch. I mean, I'm more tolerant than most people though, so I probably wouldn't shun somebody like that, but I could see somebody that would want to, you know. But I've been that I haven't been crazy like that, but I mean, I've been the less desirable person, right, before, right, where I've been that person that I felt like no one would want to talk to me or whatever, you know. I've been on that side, so I guess I'd be a little more tolerant, right? But that doesn't mean that I would tolerate just any kind of behavior, you know. Absolutely, God wants you to help everybody, right? Oh no, my mom. My mom tells me. I tell my mom every day when my shows are, right? I even ask her to come along, right? That I want her to that I want her to be at my shows to watch them. She knows I do them every day at the same time, and then she calls me exactly at this time. That is unbelievable. That's what we should do. We should all call my mom right now and tell her what's up. Wouldn't it be horrible if I was that kind of son, right? Like let's harass my everybody. Let's harass my mom, right? I'll put it on the community board. I mean, Clutch, you got to understand that most people don't know him, right? Like we do, and even if they, you know, and it's different, right, for each person. Hold on a second. I'm gonna text my mom real quick. I'm live now. Call you after show. Okay. She should come to my show and watch if she wanted. That would be awesome to have my mom here. Yeah, my mom would never come to my show, I don't think. My kids come here though. Like every once in a while my kids will come or they'll listen and you know, which I think is cool. Like and it makes me feel good because you guys are so nice to me, you know? And and then that makes me feel good because you guys it's like they think I'm cool, you know? And I don't know. Everybody wants their kids to think that they're cool, you know. But whatever. That's not really that important of a thing, but it is pretty cool. I know I love being in God's army, that's for sure. And if they want to call me crazy, then they can call me crazy. And I'm not going to pretend that things are real that aren't real just to fit in society anymore, you know. I'm not going to line up like lambs to the slaughter for whatever they want to do to me. Oh yeah, the government, man, they got it straightened out, man. You know, it's all good, man. They were messed up, but that was a long time ago. People are obviously have improved, right, in the over the last 100 years. Not, you know. I mean, think about what they're expecting us to believe, right? That governments have done evil things, right, to people all throughout history, right? And we're supposed to we're supposed to believe that oh yeah it's different now it's all yeah that was back in the day, you know. It's just horrible, man. That's right, the world hated Jesus first, so don't be surprised, right, if we become hated. Well, I'm already hated, you know. People are already trying to put me, you know, uh with people I don't even know, man, you know. Somebody today asked me if I knew all these people from Flat Earth, these top people from Flat Earth. I don't. I sure don't. I know Arwen, you know, but that's the toppest guy I know. If you want to even look at him as being in charge of anything, I don't know what he's in charge of, but that's the highest Flat Earth guy that I know. Well, I know Adam, you know, Adam Meekin, I guess. A little bit, not that much, but a little bit. He's my friend, I would say. Good man. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Like people want to. Oh yeah, pray for your mom. Sure, absolutely. She's in ICU. Oh my God, I'm sorry, ma'am. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. I didn't know that your mom went through that. Sorry about that. Mm. Yeah, that's tough, man. Oh, Dee Dee. Remember that song? I remember that song when it came out. Who was the one that sang that song? The Maniac song. I know. Oh, there's Adam. Ah, there he is. Yeah, you're the toughest flat Earth guy I know. I was just talking about you and about how you were my friend. Yes, that's a super guy right there. This is flat Earth royalty right there. Yeah. Hey, that was one of the things that really opened up my eyes to God, like to my faith in God got so much bigger. Like I was already a Christian before, but flat Earth changed everything because it was like, wow, now how do you deny God now? You can't. It's that's a big confirmation. Yes, much love, Adam Meekin. And hey, K Stover, how you doing? I always love this little group. Oh, Mark Sargent lives like 10 miles from you. I mean, I saw his Flat Earth Clues when it came out, the Flat Earth Clues. Have you, so you met him in real life, right? Is he a real legit dude or do you think he's an actor? I never, he always seemed more of a character than anything, you know? I stayed on the other side, the UK side of Flat Earth, you know? Plus, I'm up different hours than my whole sleep schedule's messed up. Yeah, I think he's an actor too. But his I liked his Flat Earth Clues, but it was like it wasn't enough to show somebody and get them to believe in anything because it was like assumptions, you know, like or like you know anomalies or something. You're like, okay, that's interesting, you know. I never thought about that, you know. But I liked all the Eric Dubé stuff, you know. Yeah, the Eric Dubé stuff was really good. Especially his interviews, right, with like Veritas and all that. Like there was one guy that did an outstanding interview with him, man, and he was such a good like radio podcast guy. I can't remember it was really the other guy that was good, and and it was one of the best Eric Dubé interviews that I'd heard, and there was no visuals to it at all, but it was enough to get. I would say enough to get someone to believe in flat Earth without even a visual. It was that good of an interview, and I always look around for it. You know, I've seen a lot of those other interviews, but I haven't found that exact one. Yeah, I know, I know. I mean, it doesn't make me happy that he's an outspoken non-Christian person, right? But credit where credit is due, right? But we are reaching that point where, you know, it's going to be people that believe in Christ and people that don't. Did I listen to Art Bell back in the day? A little bit. I was never really an alien type guy, right? I was open to that back before Flat Earth, right? Um, but I heard he was the best one, not him or Riley. Riley was good too, but he was like not as big as Art Bell. Art Bell was the man. Remember, Riley would teach about the Oquas, Tenzin Wan. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. He'd always get made fun of on Howard Stern. Yeah, I think aliens are demons too. Good call, homeless. And so, yeah, Art Bell is good, man. Riley Martin. That's right. That's right. Riley Martin. It was almost like, and this is what I feel bad about, right? Is that it was almost as good, right, to see him get made fun of, right, than his actual work, which I felt bad for him. But it was such a big part of the show back then. Back when I used to listen to secular radio, I was like, you know, I would listen to the worst of the worst stuff. And to me at that time, I thought Howard Stern was hilarious. And he'd always be making fun of somebody or putting somebody in a bad position. I admit, a wise man once said, and I admit not talking specifically about Mark Sargent, but judge a man by his fruits. Yes, 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 sir. Yes, sir. You know, that's exactly it. That's all you can do. I mean, but, you know, what's hard for me, even in that scenario, right? I feel bad to, like, if someone's my brother or something like that, I'll go up and tell them, hey, look, you're doing this and it's not so good or whatever, or this is great or whatever. In order for them to, to build off of it or to get better. But sometimes I'll see someone acting like a fool and I'll just leave it alone. But the work is the work. And I'll say this: I think he's done more for Flat Earth than you know. That's the way I look at it. He's done great work for Flat Earth, and whatever he wants to do as a person is up to him. It's so a lot of things in this world are just none of my business. But yeah, the work is there. You know, I think no matter what, like after living in this world, right, where we've been like lied to and degraded and overstimulated and all this stuff, right, to even be where we are morally, where we want to be good to each other, is a miracle in its own self. It's it's definitely this place is strange. It's about I didn't realize that it was about defeating this mental game, and that the mental game was being played by all the same people, right? Like you think of all these different companies or different like food companies or people that sell alcohol, people that or whatever. You think of them as all separate corporations, separate. All these people with big platforms are all separate individuals. Then you start realizing they're all really on the same team. Then it's really like it's mind control, man. It's like you got to beat this satanic mind control in order to either stay on with your thoughts and heart on God, or you have to find God in this mess, right? And that's the only way to get out. Like, I mean, God does make it simple, right? Um, he takes our punishment for us, right? And if we're humble enough and we want to give up our rebellious spirit and we want to give our will and our lives over to the care of God, right? Then we could go with him. And that's beautiful, right? But the belief before the proof has to be there, and the being humble, right, has to be there before the prize, right? And a lot of people have this mind that they want to prove things empirically before they believe it. And that's not how it works. Unfortunately for those people. But I'll say this: even the most brilliant scientific mind, right, mathematical mind, right, even an atheist, if eternal conscious torment was even 1% a possibility, why would anybody roll those dice? I would never roll those dice. And I'm not saying I believe totally in eternal conscious torment. I I I can't say that it doesn't exist, right? But I could go either way with it, with what I've read in the Bible. But even the chance that it's real, right, makes me not want to roll the dice. And so it's not just, but it's not just, you know, um, self survival or whatever that's making me do that. I mean, it's my love for God, really. Like it would probably hurt me more to have God not like me than for me to find out that I gotta like be burned up and gone forever or whatever. You know what I mean? Now this eternal conscious torment, now that's another story. That's horrific sounding. But who knows? The average person seems to fully trusting in everything that comes out of their TV. Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. Like if it said on the TV, right? Like yeah, there were you know, cows falling out of the sky over here, right? Someone would say, "Hey, look on the news. It said someone's cows are falling out the sky." I mean, without even checking to see if this is even possible, right? Yeah, empiricism relates only to physics and the physical world. Yes, I know it. I know it. The faith is what is hard for people, Adam. It's hard for them to have faith in something that they can't prove. And because I think there's a certain level of somebody's ego, right, where we don't want to be made a fool of, right? Like like we don't want to be wrong so badly that we almost will miss an opportunity. And I had to give that up, right? I had to give up that. And I'm willing to be a fool. If people want to mock me all the way to the end, well, that's on them. And if people leave my company thinking that I'm a dummy, you know what I mean? That I'm a dummy, that's not that big of a deal to me anymore. Whereas before, I wanted people to know that I know. You know what I mean? It was I would panic behind something like that. But yeah, I don't really care anymore now. Sometimes you're better off when you're in a group of people and they think you're dumb and you're not. Sometimes you're almost better off. It's just hard to let some. It's hard to let someone else believe that. When you introduce ego into it, right? It's very difficult. It's a lot of spiritual work. And so I have to look at it overall, like really, what am I? Like in the grand scheme of everything, like I'm not that big. I'm a tiny piece of it, right? It's all guesswork, right? Guesswork and luck, right? Yeah, that's funny. But you know what? It's the cool part about um God in the Bible is all the confirmation, right? That we've gotten so much confirmation, especially in the last 10 years or whatever. It's it is what it is, right? And I'm glad. What's going on, Chris? How you doing, buddy? How's the family, the kid and the mom and your brother? Man, it's just I'm thinking we're getting close, man. And if we're not getting close to the end, right? And if it's just heading this way where people are going to be plugged into this metaverse, right? Plugged into this metaverse and shot up full of all these chemicals, right? Where is all this headed? Because it's going to get exponentially, like it's like what took 20 years, right? From like 20 years ago till now, it's going to take a year or two to get equally as degraded, right? Can you imagine us plugged into into these VR goggles and some of us won't move for like a week? I mean, oh my God, that is going to be hideous. Oh my God, I don't even want to think about that. If the end of the world isn't coming, the end of the world will happen anyway. Yeah, that's the way I'd look at it, you know. And I guess I laugh because it's uncomfortable to think about, right? Yeah, how could it continue? Like, how could people socialize like that? We would lose so many of our skills, or we'll be like the Matrix, plugged into that goo or whatever. Um, I can't see it being any. I can't see it being any different, right? Right, Clutch? Yeah. Says that's very true. Saying that to my wife, then think, yeah, then they think God is not real, just like everything else you make up. Yeah, exactly. Well, this look, if God was not real, right, and made up, then why wouldn't we just make up our own God, right, the way we want it? Like, why would we all have the same one? If you know what I mean? Like, if it's made up and it doesn't matter, right? Then we would all have our own one that suited us, right? But there's just too much eyewitness accounts and things that happen in front of many people that they want us to ignore that it ever happened in history, right? But these things did happen in history. They are documented. Now, here's the thing, right? If it's I wonder, like, if because like God has to be in charge of the Bible and what we have, right? Because if not, they wouldn't have a Bible anywhere. It wouldn't be in the courtrooms. It wouldn't be in the hotel rooms. It wouldn't be anywhere, right? Let's see. My 14-year-old is probably only 10 years behind his 50-year-old father in comprehending what actually matters. Yeah, God is good no matter what the time scale. Yeah, absolutely. You're right, Adam. Well, now I'm starting to picture, like, with all the lies we've learned in life, right? Was like Jesus walking around here in blue jeans, like was life always like this? Like, were there people wearing robes in the desert? Like, I wonder now. It's because they want us to believe that people evolved into something better, right? And they want you to believe that a caveman is something that happened, and that people invented the wheel and invented fire and discovered water. And but in reality, water was created for us to drink. Like everything, it was specific. We probably knew about fire the first day. Like nobody had to invent that. And so, like, with all their BS story, right, that's still stuck in our head through cartoons and movies and whatever, a lot is lost, right? I don't know. I don't know how we can ever get back on track. I think we just hold on to what is true, and we keep rolling from there until it's over. It's the only thing we can do, because I think that in the end, right, since the beginning was created from the end, right, that God knew exactly what would be there in the end, and it's completely fair to everybody, right? It's everybody has this God-given, perfectly fair chance and free will to choose. And I think it is the most humane way that it could possibly be. I don't think it's going to be a way that's not the God I know. I don't think it's going to be anything that's unfair or out of control, right? And only the people that want to go will go. And the people that don't want to go, that can't live that way, won't go. And it's not going to be some heartbreaking thing. It's a decision, right? There are people out there that have told me, even if the Bible was true, I wouldn't go with it, you know? And that's their decision, right? And so it's not so much of people being excluded or left out. It's that only a certain type of person wants that kind of life. And the rest want to do what they want to do. And what can I say, right? Except for you know, good luck, right? Good luck, and I hope everything works out the way you want it. Because for me, right, I feel like I was made to love God. I feel like I don't have another purpose. And it wasn't until 5 years ago that I actually, um, it wasn't until 5 years ago that I felt like I was realizing my true purpose in life. I mean, I feel happy, you know, and I feel like I'm providing a service that I can do for people, you know. This is something I can do. I'm capable of doing it and qualified for. And it's nothing I've learned or that I'm smart about. It's just something that is inside me, right? And maybe for other people, right? There's something else inside of them that drives them, right? And so who knows, right? Who knows? I just know this. I know what side of this I want to be on. And I know what side that if I love somebody, I want them to be on the side that I'm on, of course, right? But not everybody I love is going to want to be there. And that's, you know, what can you do, right? We're all our own person with our own ideas, our own thoughts, our own dreams. And, but there's only one way out. And, there's nothing that can be done about that. That is what it is, you know? And so, yeah, some people want to jump in those pods, man, and plug in and, and have their life be, different from reality, right? They want to feel different than they feel, and they want their life to be different than it is. And only the people that want the truth will have it. Because what did it say? God said that they would be under strong delusion, that they would believe a lie. They would want the lie more than the truth, right? Some people don't want reality. They don't want it. They want the fantasy. Yeah, Deb, all those movies, right? That are like that. It's they're probably all templates of the way things are gonna be, you know? See you later, Adam. It was a pleasure that you came by. I like Adam. That's a good egg right there. Good man. Ah, well, it's time to hit the old dusty trail. And we had a pretty heavy, I think we had a pretty heavy group today, you know? Oh, yeah, you're right, Rob. The strong delusion is happening right now. This is absolutely everything in the end times that we're reading about is in there, right? People falling in love with their own vain babblings, right, of what they think life is, right? Lovers of the truth, right? And then you got people that believe in false science, so called, right? All of the things that we read about, right? Only the people that want the truth are going to be free on that last day. Yeah, Hollywood is just it's a town. It's all about lies, right? Everything's a fantasy in Hollywood, right? I mean, every movie is basically a big lie, right? It's crazy, man. Before TV, actors and actresses weren't held in high regard. It was a very lowly profession, to play fantasy. But now it's the top thing to be because people want fame. It's just, is it really available to everyone equally? It's not. So anyway, guys, I love you guys. Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace, man. What a great show tonight. I mean, for me at least, I got a lot out of it. And thanks for being here, guys. And all glory to God. And pray for the children. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 a.m. God bless you.